Hey,
Good evening.
good evening. We are live. Hey, this is Coach Jill along with Coach May, Coach Paula, Coach Penny. This is our certified coaches call. I just dropped the link inside Slack, so you can pick up the live link in Slack. Come join us. The chat is open, so if you have questions, you can feel free to drop your questions in chat. May, take it away.
Jill, thanks for giving me the floor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on here, coaches. Thank you for joining us tonight. And tonight is all about you guys, so I always have things to say, as you guys know, but I also want to definitely make this opportunity and this time open for you guys to ask questions about promotions, programs, you name it. What are you guys stuck in? This is for the certified coaches, so let's...
Can you give an update on what's going on with the coaches' profiles inside the FitLife site, please?
Yes, absolutely. The FitLife blog and membership. Yes. So this last week on, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, we went live officially with the blog, and the new site is up and live. We had the programmer come out. It was actually supposed to be on the 25th of May that site was going to go live. So although we were, I think, 3 days delayed, and then the making live process takes about a week, all this stuff takes always 10 times longer than we think it will. But the new site is live, and we'd love you guys to get in there, fitlife.tv, and check it out. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Probably the thing that you're most interested in is the team and coaches page, and know that Jill and the coaching team are working super hard to get that updated. There were a couple profiles that didn't get pulled over automatically, and we're definitely aware of that. There were lots of writers' profiles that didn't get pulled over correctly, and some team member profiles that didn't get pulled over either. So super important to realize that it's not just the coaches, and we're not doing it on purpose, so it's definitely not personal. I think Drew's wasn't over initially either, or something goofy. So obviously the faster we can make those changes, the better. So Jill may be reaching out to you with some questions about, hey, can I get these details or whatnot, but we're working hard to get those updates on the site and live. So that is our intention. And in the next 3 weeks, we will be revamping the membership. So that project, part 2, is underway already. And I'd love to take a second during this call to talk through the membership, to think about what you do like and what you like, what would be ideal in a membership. So we do have the opportunity to build out a little bit more detail and vision behind that. Essentially, right now we're trying not to build totally new things, but we'd love to have an opportunity to talk to you guys in particular, those who have been in our community for the longest and really gone through our programs, to think about what would make the most difference for you in particular inside our membership. So think about what your clients would want, that type of thing, okay? And that membership will be live either the date of the live event or like a week after. So the hard date is the membership, or is the live event, and the more practical date is the week after. So we may do a soft launch at the event, having 90% live, that kind of thing. And right now the membership is really simple. There's not a whole lot actually in there, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's just a matter of making sure that we have each of like the functionality pieces moving correctly, that's all. So I'll give you a quick breakdown of what that new entrance point looks like, the membership, and what the initial kind of differences are going to be, and then I'd love to open the floor for, let's put a timer on there for 3 minutes or so, and just open the conversation to see what you guys would love to see. Like, you know, wouldn't it be great if FitLife's membership looked like this? Wouldn't it be great if? Okay, so the plan right now is to have the registration process simply be almost like a transformation recommendation. So think dailyburn.com, where you log in, and based on your goals and based on our product offerings, our basic courses in there, we give you a recommendation. So if, for instance, you're looking at fitness, or your primary transformation goal is really changing how you think, right, your mindset, then we'd recommend the mindset courses. If your primary goal is weight loss, we recommend starting with the Alpha Reset and doing X, Y, and Z. The ultimate goal is to move all of these members into becoming coaching clients. That is the ultimate goal. So we really want to give them a ton of support, give them a ton of direction, and then also give them the path to becoming a coaching client pretty clearly. So that is the new entrance point. So when they register, it has them complete kind of a initial, like, what's your goal? Why are you joining this membership? And we give them a recommendation based on that. Nothing too crazy. The initial version won't be gloriously beautiful, but it will be more beautiful than the current one. And the functionality will be there in terms of actually integrating people to use the programs and products. So, what do you guys...
One more update, May.
Yeah.
In the interim now, between now and the time that we go live, we are putting the Coach of the Week on hold until we go live with the new site. So that is officially on hold.
And that should be 3 to 4 weeks, or 2.5 to 4 weeks technically. So until we have that site live and operating, what Jill and I talked about, thank you, Jill, what Jill and I talked about is actually having an updated kind of guide for being a coach in that community and actually finishing that build out. Remember, the current membership was about 90% built when our developer totally went MIA. so about 90% of it was functional. So we never really had that closed, all right, now let's run this ship kind of thing. The whole interim since January was looking for that new developer that we'd be able to work with. So their first project was the blog, which they just finished. Hi, Lori. And then the second project is now going to be the membership. So it will be fully integrated and operating, but until it's live, we're going to pause the Coach of the Month program to make sure that we can actually facilitate a proper build-out and have things working correctly and have focuses where they need to be. So finishing the blog, making sure the coaches' profiles are on there correctly. So each of you, please take a minute and look at yours, make any modifications you'd like, and we're going to work with Jill and the coaching team on that too. So cool. Thank you, Jill. All right, so really quickly, let's open the floor and talk about what would be ideal for a membership to have for your clients, for you as a coach. Really quick, any ideas of what it would look like outside of the current mediocre plan, in my opinion? It's going to be moderate. We're going to make it amazing, but it's okay.
What would be fun is to see, and I think we've utilized them, I'm thinking it was in the challenges that we did, like in January. We had some quizzes that were really fun, and I know, and I look at these on Facebook. There's I don't know what they are. I see people responding to them a lot. Your name means this. My best friend is this person. And you go through these series of little questions, and it's fun. People click on that a lot, and I think if we could develop something like that gives it a little, I think it makes it less, I don't want to say boring, but like you said, from a mediocre site to something that people enjoy going to, that will make them click on our link to open it, and there's some kind of activity. I love the stories. I love reading the stories that people post, but I also think we're missing some element in there, and I'm wondering if that would work, because I enjoyed that on the challenge, seeing those little quizzes.
I did too, and I'm glad I took a note of that. They'll be much easier to build out, and from the back end, some of that build out what it looks like currently, like super custom. They'll be we're using LearnDash, which is just a nice, clean plugin, and we're integrating that with BuddyPress, which is like the social environment that like build tools, profiles, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be really clean and much more like, in a good way, cookie cutter. So it's great. Less custom coding. So thank you for mentioning that, Penny. I took a little note, and it's kind of like our wish list, but the cool thing is with quizzes, that's already something that's going to be implemented in there, but I love that you mentioned the Facebook quizzes. Even our old Mikey actually mentioned that. He said, hey, you should build out these quizzes in Facebook. And that would be a really cool tool that you could share with your clients as well. And that would also have them opt in for free for the membership, and then look at the potential to upsell and move into membership and coaching. So that'd be a great tool. Great idea, Penny. Thank you. I did take a note in there about better using or presenting stories of transformation. If you guys have any ideas on that, like how you'd want to see someone's story, I always thought that having they do this really well in the fitness industry, where essentially they tell someone's story and then they give their plan, like what they did. It's normally a workout and a meal plan, right? So in our community, what would the equivalent be? Like, what would be something that's that would make transformation stories more tangible to you, in your opinion, or like something that you'd want to really digest? Get in there, look through, read, understand. Is it video content? Is it different formatting of the post? Maybe marinate on that, but that's the kind of stuff I want you guys to think through. What would be great? What would be amazing? Think through it. Down the road, our developer also really has a passion for building basically like bolt-on tools. So one of the things he mentioned was he would love to have a bolt-on tool for our coaches, where you could literally build a website with them, where their team does all that, and we could actually implement it through our platform for you guys. And it'd be something that came with the certification, because you guys have already paid for it and stuff. So it'd be pretty cool. But that's way down the road. But in the meantime, we're still talking through some custom lander stuff and how we can make that make sense for you guys. So promotion tools, most importantly, ways that you can present your business, what you're building in the way that you want, right? All right. So that's the development update. Hey! Hi, Lori and Robert. Were you waving at us? I'm sure you were just fixing your screen or something. Yeah, I wanted to mention some of the stuff that we're working through with social promotion and seeing kind of what's working. And I think the good news is, rather than shots of the product in some field or something, or some epic beautiful photo, even though it's gorgeous, something that we see work really well instead is presenting it in your lifestyle. So for instance, that would look like sharing your travel bag and having the product in it, sharing your when do you actually use it. So it's actually a really good insight we had a couple weeks back that we started testing, and it actually worked really, really well with our ambassadors that were implementing it. And it's much more about how you, like, rather than, maybe just having it every morning or whatever. Like for me, I was actually at a bachelorette weekend, so I got less sleep than usual, definitely had some champagne, not a ton, but some champagne, more so than I normally would, and because I normally drink champagne all the time. And so when I came back on Sunday, I definitely really enjoyed getting my green juice in, getting my workout in, and basically doubling up on Organifi that day. And so that's kind of my way of, it's almost like an insurance plan, but it makes you feel way better right away, right? When traveling, I know that I won't get that many, greens in when I'm on vacation or whatever, or on the go or on the road, especially when I'm not traveling on an airplane. So I love having Organifi for that reason. It helps me kind of recover from probably a little bit more acidifying food, considering I'm not having as much greens as I typically do. So really trying to think through like why you use the product and when, and trying to instead capture a picture of that. So think like a gym bag shot. Think like telling a story in that post. So say I do post a picture of, me out by the bay or something. I'm like recovering from my my taxing weekend of less sleep than I'm used to. I would talk about why I'm using Organifi, or the fact that I'm using it for that reason, right? So you're getting to look at it in a much more personal manner, and the more you can get down to that really personal thing, that's what people connect about. So it's not like, next time I'm out in a beautiful wilderness field, I'll make sure to have my Organifi like these epic photos do, But instead being like, I did have a rough weekend this weekend. I should definitely get some green juice. Or, that is something I want to use before my workouts because I work out too, right? Or, for whatever reason that you actually use it. Maybe when your body's feeling a little more achy than usual or something. But talking about those specific reasons, because those are the actual tangible reasons that people actually connect with and say, that's why I'd use it, right? Otherwise, we sometimes miss the boat if it's just like a product, like a pretty shot, because there's nothing to actually connect to besides saying, I like that, right? That's pretty. You'll get a lot of likes on it, but not that many people actually take action. So it was cool, and I thought that the coaches, you guys would like that because that's really a lot more tangible for you, right? That becomes real. So it's good to know that at least. So as you guys are on here again, this is your time to ask questions and whatnot. So does anyone have any questions? Hey, Olga. How are you guys doing? You guys are so quiet. The minute I stop talking, it gets real quiet. Yeah, Jill mentions, think about what attracted you to the product, right? So what actually made you want to take it? And if you do take it every day, why? You know, what reminds you to take it every single day? What is that? Is it, you know, feeling tired in the morning? What is it?
Okay. I'm gonna
Go.
and I'm gonna. Hold on. Sorry, Meg. I was getting feedback from you. You know, I think think about what you connect with when you're on social media. What do you connect with, and what attracts you? What posts attract you? What makes you stop and think? And think about that when you're making your posts. I think that's just an easy way to do it. So, what happens in your life? Why do you take Organifi? What does it do for you? What's your reasoning? And I think when you think of that instead of thinking, what do I need to do to make it pretty and make it sell? No, think of what inspired you to do it, and that's what's going to, when other people see that, you're going to inspire those people to want to have what you have. All right, I'm muting again, May, so you can unmute.
Jill and I can't be unmuted at the same time. In addition to that, think of the greens juice as kind of a lead gen for coaching, right? So you open that conversation to someone, they start taking the greens, and they have questions about how to take the greens, right? For different purposes, right? So asking them, you know, what's your goal with taking this? What do you want to achieve, right? And then being able to have that conversation about coaching, about the bigger program, the bigger picture, right? It's not just about taking greens powder or a probiotic or a turmeric powder, right, for anti-inflammatory reasons. It's about the bigger goal. Why are they taking it, right? Why do they want to? What are they trying to improve, right? So what is that pain point they're trying to fix? So it should help you zoom in on that and also open that conversation, right? And so why we're seeing such success with our ambassadors is that it's easy enough to, you know, be able to post and talk about a product rather than a program. A program, you always, I feel like people tend to get stumped because there's a lot of information you're trying to add to that post, and it can feel a little bit overwhelming, right? Unless you're focusing on concise testimonials or, you know, updates, or if you're, you know, doing it live. So it's always good to get to see that, kind of get that zoom out effect. So, you know, why would you be promoting the product? All that stuff too, okay? Yeah, that's all I got, I think. We will be, we're still kind of up in the air whether or not we'll be promoting the certification at the live event in like 3 weeks. But we know we'll be promoting the coaching program, and probably either like a mastermind or we're not really sure yet. Maybe the certification. We haven't quite locked in what exactly we'll be promoting. So it'll be good to get kind of the video of that. You guys will all get the replay and be able to see how that actually looked from stage and how that conversation looked for coaching too. So that will be good resources for sure. But yeah, we're really gearing up for that. So it's coming up, like 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks less. I don't know. 3 weeks, yeah. Crazy. What else?
May, you want to talk about the new site for getting gear?
For getting gear?
Yeah. Or you want me to talk about that?
Yeah, maybe you should. So you get gear? Go ahead.
We are going to have a new site where you can purchase Organifi wear. I will be posting the site link inside Slack for you, so you can order out of there. I don't know what's available in there, so I can't tell you exactly. I haven't had a chance to look in the site at all. I don't know what pieces are available, but you will be able to order Organifi wear out of that site. So that is coming. So watch, I'll be posting that inside Slack.
I love it. That'll be cool. In addition to that, too, I always want to have this time be talking about business development and, you know, what's where are your roadblocks to kind of having the business that you want in terms of coaching or health and wellness, consulting? Where are you stuck? Is it seeing where your clients are? Is it, lead generation? Is it, you're having lots of conversations, but you're not sure how to transition that into an actual sale, or even how that process looks, right? So where are the roadblocks for each of you, and how can we help?
I'll say something if I can.
Please.
Okay. It's not really a roadblock for us, but it's like for us now that we're finally in Florida, we're settled down. I'm actually engaged now. I've stopped working construction for the most part. For us, it's working FitLife and with like local, face-to-face clients is what we're trying to do. We don't want to overstep our bounds because you guys have what we consider a great system. You work with a lot of we work with clients online, but we're also trying to do ours, but not, how to put it, steal from you guys and, working into ours, because like before I was ever introduced to FitLife, I already wanted to do, like our own health coaching, if you will. That's why we started the school. But for us, trying to find the balance of online clients and sharing with FitLife and local here. So keeping the two separated is, I think you understand what I mean.
And the good news, it doesn't have to be that tough at all. Basically, when you became certified, you bought the system, so you can print that out, use it any way you want for your in-person clients. And those that need online help, if they have the printed out version or, the PDFs that you give them, right, you send them the links.
Okay.
It's totally fine. Like the biggest thing we want is for you guys to be coaching clients. Like I want to hear about your client success, whether they're in-person clients or, clients that you do Skype phone calls with every day or whatever, or every week or whatever, but they're going through the system. I would love to know that. And like talking to Michelle last week and learning about the tweaks she's done to the system to make it work for her program. Like I anticipate and assume that each and every one of you are going to, take from the program what you need, whether that be 10% or 100% or 90% or 50%, right? Take from it what you need, act as a certified FitLife coach, and be able to, grow a business, right? So think of it as like, for instance, like I have like 6 certifications, right? The way that I coach, before I worked with FitLife, let's say, it was none of those, right? It was a combination of all those programs, right? So it was, I was, PN certified, I was ACSM certified, I was NASM certified, ACE certified, right? All those different organizations, they have like a specific way to coach a client, whether it be, through personal training or like health coaching. But what I took from that was making kind of like a mosaic of a program, right? And yeah, that took a lot more work, so we tried to give you as much as we thought you would need. And where those holes are, we want to know so we can help support you, right? Not to say that you have to use all of it, but so that you could if you needed to, right? That was that need that I saw in that seat where I was looking at, hey, I have pieces of a bunch of programs, but I'm still missing a lot, right? So what it allowed us to do was develop the program for you. So how you use it is totally up to you. Michelle runs, she's only now looking at maybe doing some online coaching, where this whole entire time she's done, everything offline. And that's allowed her to scale her business a bunch, 3x it, right? So it's totally fine. And what I really want is like openness in these conversations. If you're like, hey, it's hard for us to know where the line is, like, let's chat about it. Like, the biggest thing is like there shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be a sticky line at all. It should be like, hey, here's all the resources we can give you. Please use them. Please use them, and don't feel weird about having to, maybe coach them and use adjustments. Think about, again, PN, right? They're going to give you this huge stack of PDFs. And I used to kind of use them. I would use maybe 30% of them, right? And then the other ones, based on the things that I wanted to change about the other PDFs, I made my own, right? That was back when I was first, personal training and stuff. So the adjustments to that and, the modifications you make should really be making your health coaching program, right? It's pretty cool. Yes, you can use it like a cookie cutter program and enroll people in the online version of it, right? And just know that it's going to all be there exactly as you left it, which is cool. But the pieces that you want to add to it or change, like that's totally available. So,
not to take up too much time.
No, I like it.
But I've actually got, because like I said, this is apartment living for us. It's new for us. But I've talked to the manager, and they're actually going to let us run a special, like, with the community. And I think there's 400 and something apartments in this place, you know. It's, I guess, a luxury. The people have money to spend here, so I don't have to worry about that being an issue.
Yeah.
So they're going to let us get in their bulletin and stuff, and they're going to actually put the flyers on people's doors here, so that's pretty cool. But we have what we're trying to set up. We can start groups July 5th and the 7th. We're going to do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and we're starting to enroll now. So trying to get as many as we can. We want to do like an AM and a PM, you know, classes. So that's what we're trying to start now. So
that is so dang cool. Remember, just focus on the value. So how much value can you give in that time rather than thinking like, you know, we have to have 10 people to make it worthwhile. Think about if you have 3, then like, or 2, whatever, right? Maybe you just do 1 class to start, whatever that needs to look like be okay, whatever that number is. Maybe it's 20, right? Whatever that looks like per group. But imagine the impact you can have with that client, those clients, that will help. I mean, if you had, in this one building that you're living in, so you had 10 clients that transformed, imagine the impact on that community. People are like, wow, this guy is losing some serious weight. Like, what the heck are you doing, right?
Right.
I'm working with Lori and Robert. So you really need to have that impact.
And because, I mean, I noticed, and here we have a decent-sized gym, and they really utilize that thing, let me tell you. And another thing I'm looking to do, maybe you can recommend something, because I want to get into this personal training too. I want to go to certified in that. Anything you recommend? Any particular place?
Yeah, you know, I really recommend checking out NASM or NASM is probably my favorite. It's right in between. Like ACE is kind of like just get certified, like get it done. It's not. It's moderate quality, right? So pretty straightforward. And then something like ACSM takes like a bit of studying. You know, I took some time to pass that test. NASM is kind of like middle of the road. They have a good reputation, and they're not gonna, you know, take you 6 months to pass the test at all. So, anytime you want to have more of an in-depth conversation about it, I just talked to Lori. Not Lori. Just talked to Leanne about this as well. So, depending on kind of where you want to focus, let me know, and I'll definitely let you know. But really, just focus on getting experience. So, no matter what cert you get, just start training, because that's really what counts, not the particular cert.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm done.
Heck yeah. All right, I know we got to hop off. Thank you, Jill, and thank you all for being on here. Shoot more questions my way about this kind of stuff. So where are those bottlenecks happening? Where are you hesitating in moving forward in whatever capacity you want to? And let's just open the conversation. My goodness, that's why I'm here, right?
Okay.
Bye.
See you.